Hey guys, welcome back to Deepak's Daily Reading. We're going to be talking about the 7 Years to Seven Figure System. So, great book by Michael Masterson again, and I have quite a lot of notes. So, let's see how much I can get through today. So, the first thing is if your primary goal is to get wealthy, then every decision you make needs to be tied to that goal and in service of that goal. So, you need to ask yourself, how is this decision or this action helping me achieve that goal? And unless it's your unique skill, it probably means someone else can do it. So that's something you need to ask yourself. Also, within that, you need to understand, and this is what the book talks about, how much money do you want to make? If you want to achieve a personal net worth of £1 million across all of your assets, personal net worth, separate to your business, then you need to, in all likelihood, build a business that generates £10 million in revenue. Simple number, because you can run it at a 10% profitability rate after all basic expenses, salaries, investments, costs are covered. So it's a really, I think, a powerful way to think about the business. If you have two partners, then you double it. So that'd be 20 million, 200k each. Now, of course, 10% profitability is an arbitrary / conservative number, depending upon the kind of business you're in. What's useful to do is that once you figured out and you've made a certain number of sales, you can establish a sense of costs. And then what you want to do through management accounts is determine true average profitability across the course of X deals, and then profitability with different types of deals. And then from that, understand where your best deals come from and what profitability level comes with that. So that's something that's important to understand. And then, of course, frequency. And all of these things will then get you to a place closer to determining what is your profitability. And then, depending upon how you determine profitability, is that before or after, for example, your reinvestment allocation into the business. So these are all important things to consider. And what you want to do, I think, along the way is to build your personal net worth through, once you've discovered those numbers, you can then build a proportion of money saved or given to stakeholders within the business. So that's something that I think that is really, really powerful to consider. So I don't have a personal net worth of £1 million. I have a business that generated 1 million, but clearly that's different from personal net worth. And the money that I've accrued through saving over the years that could have got me to 1 million, I've divested into different business vehicles, most of which actually failed, really, but some of them have shown great promise. And that's where the catering and legal and catering and legal predominantly have picked up things. So, and then, to be honest with you, lead generation as well. But yeah, so it's really powerful to think about that. And then I think one of the things that comes to mind when I think about that, taking it a step further, is that in the instance of catering, the faster we can achieve profitability, the better returns a business will get from me directly, because we need to get to a place. We need to understand our numbers, first of all, number one. Then we need to understand what our loss ratio is, number two. Then we need to understand what do we need to do to achieve profitability. And once we've got to a level of profitability, we can determine profit share, because the business suffers, because naturally in times of famine, when my actual personal net worth, my personal life is at stake, then naturally you lean more into things that will directly impact that. And when you have a loss-making business of which you're not taking neither salary nor dividends, then naturally you would focus less on that. It's just the logical outcome. And that is really, of course, what happens, because the agency is my primary vehicle to generate a personal income. And that's a weakness that I carry personally, and that's something I'm seeking to change through time and energy and effort into catering, as well as figuring out how to build my own personal income through building a personal brand. One vehicle of which I'm using is this actual voice note, because it gets turned into videos. And to that end, actually, I need to understand, are we uploading content to SoundCloud, iTunes and Spotify? What kind of analytics and metrics do we have from those platforms? Are we growing users on those platforms, as well as reposting these videos to TikTok? So just understanding that and building out a clear strategy of reposting, republishing, and building a visual mind map of that. Ira, if you could give that to me, that'd be brilliant. So Lydia, I will actually pass this voice note on to you and ensure and determine that happens. Across my personal brand, I'm very deeply lacking in basic analytics. Week on week, how much content has been published? Week on week, Are all of the right metrics growing week on week? Which content underperforms, which content overperforms? What does that mean for new content that I should produce? I don't really have clear insights into those areas. So if you could look at every single element of my personal brand and build insights to that, that'd be fantastic. So I'll stop this voice note here and then I'll continue on the next one. Hey guys, it's Deepak Shukla here. I am huge on listening to books on Audible. So if you're interested in getting all of the insights as I discover them through the course of all the books I read, please do comment, like, and of course subscribe so that you get notified every time we release a video. Thank you so much, and I hope to hear from you soon.